Hey, what's going on? This is Terrence, your real estate coach. So I hope that you enjoyed, the first video with how to buy a house. If you have any questions, feel free to text me, email me, call me. I would love to help you through that. But here we go. So this is the second video of the coaching series here at Wilson House. And so what we want to talk about today is your story, okay? And I know that may sound weird, but to me, this is the deepest and most effective coaching session that I could really have with you. Everybody has a story. Everybody. Even God has a story. Okay? The Bible, there's all of these characters, all of these people, and we get to look into their story. It's amazing to me that we look at individuals who are celebs and who've achieved much and achieved a lot of stuff and have overcome, and we're blown away by their story. Do you realize that there are two words that when we put them together, his story, when we put them together, it says history. So everybody has history. Everybody has a past. And the reality of it is that you're trying to do something that you've never done before. And I am guaranteeing you that your history is going to play a part in you meeting your goals. Now, your story is so powerful. Your story is so critical, and you may want to go down memory lane just to check out your story. Remember yourself when you were a kid. What was your relationship like with the world, with your neighbors, with your parents, with your sister, with your brother? All of those experiences have made you who and what you are today. The reality of it is that you are an accumulation of all the relationships that you've built and you've developed. And those relationships have caused you to be conditioned to who you are. It's caused you to think the way that you think, feel the way that you feel. It's even caused you to spend money the way that you spend money. It's created these things called habits. And now your habits have to be challenged, but we really can't challenge those habits until we really understand our story. Sometimes the word why can be the most powerful word because it brings significance to what we're doing. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to help you get into a home. What we're trying to help you do is to start saving money. What we're trying to help you do is to set up a budget. What we're trying to help you do is to become more disciplined. What we're trying to help you do is to be more positive and to help you become an overcomer and a victor. We're trying to help you actually be honest with yourself and figure out, why are you where you are? And you are where you are because of your story, okay? Now, here's the thing about your story. Your story is the only thing that your brain has. Your brain is a piece of tissue, and it is absolutely dumb. You're not dumb, but your brain is as only smart as the information that it has. And the only information that it has is what you've already lived. So your thinking and all of your decision-making processes are all linked and depend on what has already happened. So now you're here at coaching because you're trying to do something that you've never done before. So in essence, you have to create new experiences. So anytime we run into a panic or we have a lot of anxiety, we always run back to where we've been. We always go back to default. And default may not get you to where you're trying to go, because if we continue to do what we've always done, we'll continue to get what we've already gotten, right? Does that make sense? So if we're trying to create new experiences, we're trying to meet new goals, in essence, what I'm trying to say is, if we're trying to create those things, then we've got to create a new story. And creating a new story requires transformation. You're not just trying to buy a house, but you're changing your family tree. You're changing the entire financial landscape of your life. You are making the biggest purchase and the biggest investment that you'll ever make. Right? So with that being said, you're going down the journey and going through a process that requires maybe different thinking from being a consumer to an investor, because you're really not buying a house, you're more so investing in the house. Maybe you're going down a different journey of instead of looking for handouts and waiting for somebody to give you an opportunity to buy a house. That mindset with going to, I don't need anybody to give me permission to get what I want. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get there, that I'm gonna create the path, that I am gonna plow through, that I'm gonna create these new habits and this new lifestyle to get to where I wanna get to. You can do it. That's why I'm here to help you, coach, because I want to help you create a new story. You see, everybody only knows you based off what you've done, but you're going to introduce a new person to your family, to your friends, to your coworkers, because you're doing something that nobody thought that you can do. And even if they thought you can do it, maybe you don't think you can do it. Maybe everybody else believes in you, but maybe you don't believe in yourself. So the reality of it is this, is that me, your coach, I'm about to help you to create a new story. You see, let's go back to the brain. The brain is depending on old information, right? Now, the question is, who's writing this story? Is it you or are there ghostwriters? Listen, I believe that people have voices going on in their head, and we're still listening to what people have said about us. I believe that other people are writing the script for our lives. I believe in our hearts of hearts, we want the house and we want the car, and we want the marriage, we want the kids, we want this life, but we're not willing to pick up the pencil and write our own story. What are other people saying about you? What does your boss want? What kind of plans do they have for you next year? What do your kids want? How are they driving your schedule? You know, it's time for you to pick up your own pencil and decide what kind of life you want. You're the one that has to write the story. You can't let everybody else get on Facebook for you and update your status. You have to create the status, and your status can't be based on where you are. It can't be based on your feelings. It can't be based on anything other than what you want it to be. And if you want to have a great life, if you want to get the keys to your new home, you've got to become the author of your life. So now, the question is, what does your best life look like? What should your brain think of you? What do you need to tell your brain? Did you know that you have the ability to control your life, to control your body? See, when you're not writing your own story, you're at the control of others, which means it's easier to blame your circumstances on other people. But when you hold the pen, it means that you are accountable for your time, that you're accountable for your finances, that you're responsible for your emotions. It is on you. And it is more important to take on the responsibilities and the liabilities for ownership, so that you can enjoy the rewards of accomplishing the goal, so that you can actually profit from your life. So the question is, what kind of life do you want? How do you want people to know you? What's really true about you? How does your best life look? How does it feel? I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine the best life for you. Not what you've already experienced, but what you want to experience. And whatever that looks like, I want you to affirm yourself every day. Because it's not about what you do, it's not about what you have, but it's about who you are. When you understand who you are, then you know what? Your brain, your body, your finances, everything has to come in line with who you are. So with that being said, we have to define who you are. And with doing that, it's all about self-affirmations. You need to say that I am brilliant. I am financially wealthy. I am a homeowner. I am an investor. I am a great parent. When you continue to tell yourself that, you are literally tricking your brain to create new experiences that line up with what you say. Your words are so powerful. Do you realize that everything that you see and even things that you can't see have been created by words? See, words are so important, and that's why we're talking about your story, because your story are basically words that express what has already been experienced. But what if you can get ahead of what has been an experience, because you're already decided what you will experience. You will experience it because you're writing it down. You will experience it because you're saying it. You will experience it because you're creating this systematic process that gets you to a result. You see, coaching is not a program, it is a system. We know exactly where you're trying to get to, and it is our responsibility as a coach to make sure that you understand that you are a homeowner. It's important for you to understand that you can do it. It is important for you to understand that there is a path that needs to be taken and that you can actually do it. And I cannot wait to join you in this process of creating a new story.